Hello everyone, AntoLne here, and today I'm gonna kind of teach you how to run all bosses SSG. So what I'm gonna do pretty much is just show you guys like the seed and how to route it, where all the key points are, what you're gonna want to do, what you're gonna want to craft, and everything. So yeah, so the seed looks like this. Doesn't look like much. Also I'm on 5 render distance, so you can't see much, but I will up it just for a bit. So there is an ocean monument over there, which is obviously very important if you're going for all bosses, because as a quick reminder, the 3 bosses that you need to kill are the Ender Dragon, the Wither, and the Elder Guardian. So what you're gonna want to do, so you're always gonna spawn kind of in that area. The best spawn that you can have is about here, and the worst spawn that you can have is about there. So if you're not going for world record and you just want to complete, say, a sub 20, which is already very respectable, I would not advise resetting for a good spawn. In my case, like if I spawn here, I won't reset because it's not the worst. But if I do spawn like in the back behind that block and I need to do first jump, that's a good like 4 seconds cost compared to when you're here, so I would reset, but you don't have to. So what you're gonna want to do, so you're always gonna spawn towards, looking towards south. And so you're gonna just want to go forward and just kind of try to not clip on blocks too much, just try to, like I just did here. And you're gonna want to get 2 wood logs. So the usual route uses that tree. You can probably use the one that's up here if you kind of figure a better like parkour up here. I don't know. And after you've punched that tree and got your 2 wood logs, you are gonna go this way, and there is gonna be a hidden chest right under here. So chest locations can be kind of tricky, but you can just learn them. Keep trying until you figure out exactly where they are. I don't know if F3G can help you. You can figure that it's kind of in the center of a chunk, because if you don't know, so chunks work. So the borders are from. So you can see up here 15-0. And you can see that if I'm moving through the same chunk, and then it's going to be 0-15. And so on that line, the chest is always going to be at 9, any number, because it's the height, and 9. So chests are always going to be at 9-9 inside a chunk. So it's the 3rd line that you can see here. It's not very useful in SSG because it's a set seed, so you always know where the chests are going to be. They're not going to move. And so, yeah. What you're going to want to do once you've grabbed that is craft a crafting table, 1 pair of sticks, and buttons. So you just place your wood that way, and you just triple click, place your crafting table, and you're going to want to get 5 gold from that chest. Just open it, take 5 gold. Don't take the rest. Don't worry about it yet. And you're gonna want to make an axe and a shovel with that. You're gonna use the axe to break the chest, which is actually gonna get you the stuff much faster than you would if you just grabbed everything manually, no matter how fast you are. And then you're gonna want to grab a second chest that's over here. So that chest can be a bit tricky as well, because it's in the water and it's not very easy to tell. But you can just get used to it, I guess. And you can see that last block you need to be just here, and then it's just forward, and it's the first one in the water. You can break it only if you crouch. So you can crouch and then keep pressing forward and uncrouch just for half a second to fall in that hole, grab the stuff, and then you're gonna want to run back to where your spawn is. So obviously, like in real time, you would do it much faster than I'm doing it here. I just hope that this doesn't fall while I'm doing the explanation. And so, okay, once you've grabbed that chest over there, you want to go here and dig 3. The reason why you dig here specifically is because there is lots of gravel down here, and you want 2 flints. So 2 flints is not a lot, but I can assure you that even if you get like 50 gravel from that TNT here, sometimes you are not gonna get the flints that you need, so that can be a bit unfortunate. So again, a bit of a trick, you can't place the TNT unless you're crouching, unless you're placing it on the side of that block as well, but it's much easier, much more convenient to place it down here. So you're gonna want to crouch, place the TNT, and then you don't need to crouch for the button, and like if you crouch for the button, it can be unfortunate because if you try to press it, it just places your second button. So just remember to not crouch for the button and you will be good. Blow up that TNT, and while it's blowing up, you're going to want to get some wood. The amount of food depends on how confident you are with your bed cycles. Here I took a lot. 10 is a lot. Usually I take 8. But yeah, if you're not confident with your bed cycles, I would say get 10. Otherwise you can just get 7 or 8. And you're going to want to jump in that pool. Just get like as many blocks as you can usually. Make sure to grab the gravel. Building blocks are always useful, and you're gonna want some sand or gravel anyway, not just the flints. So you're gonna place your crafting table that you grabbed from over here, and you can check like all the stuff that you got from those 2 treasure chests. So you got an iron sword, which is actually very interesting. You got a bit of food. If you're going for slow time, I'd say food is gonna be an issue. You're gonna really want to not get hit by any mobs, so you can save as much food as you can. If you're going for a very fast time, food is not going to be an issue. You should not even need the cod. You should just be able to survive the whole run just on salmon. So if you're not very confident with your abilities to fight in the nether, you can make a shield. It's not necessary. I've stopped making a shield in my usual route. So what you're going to want your first craft to look like is this. So you're going to make a boat, a shield, and sticks. So you can see if you place one iron here, you can just click 3 times and poof, poof, poof. You got everything you need. Perfect. Some players go for jukeboxes for a meme, because you can get pick step in the Bastion. I prefer, personally, it's up to you, to make a diamond pick. So if you don't do that, you will go for an iron pick. It's pretty much the same, it doesn't really matter. I prefer the diamond. You're gonna want to make a second pick, actually. This one is actually mandatory. It's mandatory to have 2 picks here. The golden pick is pretty important, you will see why later. And then you're gonna want to make... Chestplate is not mandatory, again. I like to make it because in the Bastion you're gonna get pants and boots. And you can make golden helmet for like to keep the pygmies away. So it makes sense to get an iron chestplate. And you're also gonna want to make a bucket and 2 flints and steel. So it's gonna look like that. Then you shift click, then you place your flints and you get the 2 flints and steel. And finally you're gonna want to make, I mean, you can find the order that you prefer to do the crafts. That's not the order that I usually do, I was just explaining everything. You're gonna want to make a golden helmet as well. Okay, once you have all of that ready, so once again you don't need the shield, you can make it. I personally don't make one anymore. You're gonna want to organize your inventory in the way that you're gonna just get these 5 items in your hotbar, and you can throw the rest. So you have to hold control and then just hold your throw key. So by default it's Q. In my case it's a different key, but and just you can drag. Like I'm not even spam clicking or anything. I'm literally just holding control and throwing Q, and you can throw all of your items extremely quickly. Like I'm gonna do a demonstration. You can just like that, just throw everything extremely quickly. You can keep 1 sand if you want to go for safe mining fatigue strats, or you can just not take sand and reset if you get mining fatigue. That's up to you. And you're gonna want to keep 1 TNT for later. The reason why you're putting new stuff here is because you're gonna the strats with the guardian is gonna be to die. I know it's kind of weird, but like you're gonna go kill the guardian, die, and you're gonna respawn here and take your stuff and go to the nether. So it's pretty fast, and it's pretty interesting. I like to go to the I like to do the whole run on 5 run distance, at least until the end, because in the end it's good to have a higher one for the dragon fight, obviously, so you can see the dragon. I like to have 5. It doesn't really matter your run distance for the Elder Guardian, actually. Because even if, you can set it to 2, but since you're going to be above the structure, you are going to be in mining fatigue range every single time. There is no 2 run distance can save you. So if you do get mining fatigue, which I didn't get here, so if you don't get mining fatigue, you can just dig a hole here and put your TNT. If you do get mining fatigue, you just want to place 1 TNT, place the sand, and blow it up. So here I spent a bit of time in the water, so I'm gonna just go back up. And you're gonna want to place your TNT. You're gonna get harassed by these guys a lot. I'm probably gonna die anyway in the example. But yeah, and then you're gonna just want to kill the other guy. So if you didn't get many fatigue, you just get a 1x1 hole. You can just get a 1x1 hole and go inside and kill it. Here it didn't work because obviously with the example I was slow. I will show an example of a good Guardian fight that I did. That's going to appear on the screen pretty soon while I talk. And once you're done with the Guardian, you're going to want to grab your stuff back here. Organize your inventory like you want. You can put your shield, helmet, etc. I like to organize my stuff this way up. And it's really just a matter of habits. Like once you're used to managing your inventory, it's pretty easy. And so you can see that the Guardian, the monument is over here. You're gonna want to go the opposite way and jump in the water over there. So here I think my water glitched. Yep. So you're gonna make sure that your water doesn't glitch, obviously. And you're gonna jump in that water. And you see here it's approximately the bottom. You're gonna break one of those 4 seagrass here. One of those 4 seagrass is gonna break the gravel, and you're gonna be able to fall down here. So obviously you want to fall. You don't want to drown like I'm doing, because obviously I was explaining, so I was a bit slower. Usually I just drop completely out of it before the water even drops, which is very fast but a bit riskier. If you're going for a safe start, you can just wait for the water to fall down completely. And you can make your nether portal down here. So you can just pretty much... I'm guessing everyone watching this video knows how to build a nether portal. There's not much I need to explain here. And yeah. I like to grab my cobble already while the portal is making for later. And you can just like it. So obviously here, everything that's shown in the example is much slower than how you should do it in real time. So obviously, okay. You're gonna spawn up here, always in the same spots, always in the same orientation as well, if you're looking the right way when going out of the portal. And so you're just gonna want to parkour on those little things here. You can bridge if that makes you more confident, but parkouring here is not that hard. You're gonna want to block those lava blocks here, so your gold has less risks of falling in lava. It doesn't guarantee not getting your blocks falling in lava, but it's pretty safe. You can place sand here to take minimal damage. Grab the sword. That guy can take a gold block, which is annoying. Don't kill him though, because otherwise all the piglins are gonna ogre you. So that sword here that you just got has looting 3, and those pens have projectile protection. That magma cube is extremely annoying. So since I'm a bit slow in the explanation, it got up here, which is very, very annoying for the rest of the run. You really don't want any magma cube to be up here. So I would try to kill it. Okay, no. So you can tower up here, tower up again, then go 1 block on this side, and then you just go tower up until you reach this bridge over here. Once you're here, hopefully there's no skeleton shooting at you, unless they're stupid. Once you're here, you're just gonna want to go up. You take those stairs. Once you reach that block here, you can tower up again. And you're gonna be in the part of the Bastion that interests you. Make sure you have your golden helmets, otherwise you're gonna aggro them all. That's not good. And you see that hole that's already made, it's always going to be the same every time you go there. Just dig one more here and drop your gold ingots one by one until all the piglins around are in that hole. So that's going to be... They're going to be your traders. There's only 3, so that's going to be a bit slow, but you're going to see something pretty cool right after. So you're going to want to take a solid block, a block that doesn't fall, and 1 block of gold. The reason why I didn't take the second one is because it's closer and it can grow the piglins on this side already, which you don't want to happen. You're gonna go up the bastion, just regular. You're gonna want to place your dirt here, so the lava stops flowing. It's actually a bit important. I would advise you to do that. And in that chest, make sure that there's no piglins around. Get the obsidian, get the gold. The obsidian is going to be very useful. You don't have to take the gold because it's a very small amount. You're gonna want to open this side, so all the piglins that are on this side can grow to you. But why would you want those piglins to grow to you? Well, because they're going to be trading for you. So you're going to want to place a gold block here and break it. And that's going to make them all very angry. So you're going to want to run a bit, be a bit fast, because there is a lot of piglins very angry at you. And you're going to want to not panic and just throw your gold one by one in there. They're all going to grow to it. Just all going to go in the hole, and you can drop the rest of your gold. You can get the second block if you want to. Make sure there's no more piglins up in the thing, because they can still get down later, and if you didn't keep some gold, they can just be very annoying and try to kill you. In this case, it stops growing. You can see that he's not angry anymore, so you can just drop the rest. And yeah, I would advise to sort your inventory in here. There's lots of things that you are not going to need. What you're going to need from the piglins is glowstone, crying obsidian, strings, ender pearls, and fire spots. All the rest you can just get rid of. I don't need nether bricks, I don't need magma cream, I don't need the sand anymore. I don't even need that many building blocks. You're gonna want the obsidian, obviously. The soul speed boots can be useful. I would put them on. Usually I'm gonna want to get two fire spots. Everything else is a bit too much. I can only get 1 stack of ender pearls as well. It's really more than you need. Just keep just sorting your inventory until they are done. And I think here they are done. You can check what they have dropped down here if you want to, because they dropped while you were not here. But here, I would say I have pretty much everything I need. I could use more strings maybe, so I'm gonna check. I don't get any more strings, so I'm just gonna keep sorting my inventory. Obviously, here the example is very slow. Usually you would want to go much faster. If you're just going for a PB, you can just take your time, you know. Okay, those strings are going to be very useful to make beds, and those are going to be your anchors. I would advise to practice anchor cycle a bit, and yeah, that's going to be very useful. Once you're done with the trades, you can go down here, down those stairs, and you can just mine here. And what is behind that bastion? Oh, it is a fortress. Pretty convenient, right? And it's a soul sand valley fortress, which means that there's going to be a lot of wither skeleton spawn. What you're going to want out of that fortress is 6 blaze rods and 3 skulls. So the skull operates from a looting 3 sword is 5.5%. So on average, you should kill about I'd say 50 wither skellies to get all your skulls. So that's a lot, but I would reset if I get unlucky. You don't have to, you can just be there and kill them for a while. I just got a skull, that's pretty lucky, right? Alright, and yeah, I would advise to play that for a bit. These guys can be annoying as well. They can be very annoying actually. Maybe the shield is gonna come in handy here. Alright. Okay. I would advise to play that seed quite a bit to get used to the layout of the fortress. So there's several ways that you can go. You can go right. There's gonna be a bunch of wither skellies here usually. Yep, there is a bit. I'm surprised that there's not that many mobs spawning right now. It's kind of inconsistent, but yeah. Usually you're gonna get a bunch of mob spawns. So you can see here I got 1 skull and I got 2 rods, so I'm gonna want 2 more skulls and 4 more rods. I'm probably not gonna get all of them in the example. Probably gonna have to give them to me to complete the run, because that category is based on RNG quite a bunch. But it's still fun to play, honestly. I would give it a try. We're just falling from the sky at this point. Okay. Alright, I'd say it's probably enough. I'm just gonna get more rods. So there's also a part inside the fortress where you can go. There can be with the skillies. Usually you can get them. Just yeah. Just try to hear the with the skillies. Always try to be looking for one. So I like to be on top of the fortress so I can check around. Obviously, render distance 5 makes it harder to see around you. But if you haven't seen T-Wag's video, I would advise you to watch it. He has explained pretty much that if you want optimal mob spawn in fortresses, render distance 5 is the best render distance you can use. So you got your 6 blaze rods, you can just throw the rest, it doesn't really matter. The seed is a 1 eye, so you're going to want 11 eyes, obviously. And yeah. So make sure you check your fire res quite often, so it doesn't run out. And if it does run out, then just ignore it. Make sure you're not completely untouchable against blazes when you have fire res, because it can still melee you, which is very unfortunate. I would say just make sure that you don't hit piglins, like zombie piglins, by accident with the sweeping edge from the sword. And yeah. So that part of the fortress is actually quite interesting, because that's the one you're gonna leave from. Once you're here and you get all your skulls, which I don't, but I'm gonna just give AntoLne Wither Skull 2. Once you're there, you're gonna want to leave this way, so it's gonna be south from the fortress. Oh, I hear more Wither Skullies, no big deal. And you're just gonna want to go south. You can use pearls if you have some, and you have enough food to tank the damage from the pearls. You can see that I'm running a bit low on food right now, because obviously I'm going slow and I'm taking a lot of damage and I'm explaining things in the meantime. And once you have gone south far enough, you're gonna see this spot here. So there's gonna be a pillar here that indicates that you have reached the end pretty much. And you see that's one part that sticks out. That's gonna be where you're gonna build your nether portal. So you're gonna take that as a reference and build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks here, and then you can build your nether portal. Ghasts can be a bit annoying. Usually they don't kill runs if you are just fast enough. I would advise making the rods before. Making the eyes before. I just made 11, but it's fine. And you are gonna enter the end, the stronghold. And you're gonna spawn right here, so right in the foreroom. That's very, very convenient. You can just place all your eyes, and you can enter. So you can now you can do that before, but you can make your beds here, obviously. So 4 beds. I don't know if you're confident with 4 beds, but there's going to be anchors to help you as well. You're going to be able to make 2 anchors. You don't want more than 2, honestly. Like 2 is a good amount. Right, you don't need the crafting table anymore. I would advise you to put your render distance back up for the dragonflies. And I'm going to pull to the main island. Alright. Now you're gonna want to set up your obsidian side. It can be a bit tricky, but you're gonna want 2 respawn anchors and 2 glowstone. 2 glowstone is actually important. So you're gonna want to place obsidian like this. You want those 2 blocks to be obsidian, the ones under don't need to be. And you're gonna place 1 glowstone in each. Having hitboxes on obviously helps. Having an AntoLne helps to get to the middle faster. And actually you can set up your wither before you do the dragon. that's a strategy that's possible. Here I'm not gonna do it because the dragon might perch fast, and since I'm explaining, I'm slow, and so it might just perch when I'm not expecting it to. Here I'm waiting at like the north-south tower, so the dragon can perch very fast. You can wait at west or east as well, but the dragon will need to go up, circle up the tower before it perches, which can take a bit of time. I don't need that shield anymore, honestly, at this point. And yeah, and now it's just a waiting game for the dragon to perch, so that's why some players, including me, now set up the wither to suffocate under the bedrock before the dragon perches, because if the dragon takes a bit of time to perch, say a minute, which is not that long, but when you're going for water it is pretty long, the wither it's already going to be set up, and it's going to take a bunch of damage before the dragon perches, like while the dragon is doing nothing. So it's not the worst. Alright, so the dragon is shooting me quite a bunch, just going to want to dodge and stay pretty much at the same place and just wait for it to perch. So there's not much to commentate here. It's mostly based on luck here. There's not much you can do about it. If the dragon just doesn't want to cooperate, it's not gonna. It's not gonna. And it should perch here. I'm very hopeful it does. And it doesn't. Right. Make sure you don't look at Enderman as well. That can ruin your run. So I always look very down at the bottom or up in the air. And yeah, when you throw your pearl, make sure it doesn't, like there is no Enderman in the trajectory either. That would be unfortunate. The dragon is going to shoot me again. So here I've been there for I think 2 or 3 minutes and the dragon still hasn't perched. So yeah, that's dragon RNG can ruin runs. So even if you get the good RNG with the skulls, you are not guaranteed a good dragon. So what you can do is actually use some of your strings to get a bow, and you can get some arrows in the Bastion as well. That's a different route. I would not advise to go for it if you're going for a good run though. That's really like the very, very safe way. The new strats, usually everyone knows how to bet cycle, so I think it's pretty okay to go without a bow. Most players are used to it. What most players might not be used to is the obsidian cycle. And the dragon should perch, and it's perching, so I'm gonna just pound in the middle. And you're gonna want to try to time your anchors pretty well. I didn't do too good of a job. And yeah, it's just a normal cycle. Nothing crazy about it. Try to not catch fire like I just did. Try to not die in general. And yeah, you're not gonna want to waste any time while the dragon is dying and actually starts going down. So you're gonna want to, when you're at the bedrock level, you're gonna want to dig down 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure to get your soul sand. Make sure you don't forget soul sand, by the way, when you go to the fortress. And you're gonna want to get your wither skeleton skulls. You're gonna dig 1, 2, 3, 4 in front of you. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and you're good to spawn the wither. So you can just spawn it like this, and then mine those blocks so you can create it pretty easily. You're not going to take any damage from the explosion, so it's completely fine. You can just stay here, go in the hole, and you have to crouch so you can time your crits. I don't know how loud the game is, so I don't know if you heard that. So you have to crouch so you can time your hits. Otherwise, you're gonna hit your head on the ceiling and your critical hits are not gonna register. So just crouch and just go after the wither. Just time your crits well, and in about I don't know, 20-30 seconds, the wither should be dead. And if the wither is the last mob that you kill, the run ends exactly when the nether star is dropped. Not when you pick it up, but when it's dropped from the wither. And so you can check your stats. So obviously here I opened 2 LAN, so my in-game time is going to be kind of scuffed. You can see your in-game time here. So here I got to 29 minutes. But usually, like if you just play it normally and you are a bit lucky on skull drops, which is going to be the main RNG part of the run, you are going to do a pretty good time. You're going to get a pretty good time, and yeah, sub 20 is really not that hard in that category. If you really want to learn the category and everything, you can get a sub 15 after, I'd say after a week or two of trying, because like the new strats are very OP. Back when we first started running that category, getting a sub 15 would have been extremely impressive. With the new strats, especially in the Bastion, like the new trading strats, I'd say sub 15 is pretty average. You're gonna want to. There's currently a race for sub 10. I'm third with a 12:20 something. Quinoa, who came up with the new Bastion route, I'm pretty sure. He has a 10 minutes and 20 seconds run. And there's also Tiwag, who I mentioned before in the video, who has a time of 11 minutes something, 11 minutes and 5 seconds something. So we are well on our way to sub 10, and it's going to be very interesting to see who gets it. And who knows, maybe with all the new strats in that video, maybe you're going to want to run that seed, and maybe the next sub 10 will be you. Who knows? So I will leave you to it. One last thing that I haven't mentioned is that if you kill the dragon last, the run ends when you enter the fountain, so you're going to want to make sure to stay in there and not die during the dragon animation. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you later in another video.